Hi, I'm Sarah.
And I'm Chantele, and we are here to talk about the penultimate episode of Survivor Australia versus the World, episode 9, Sarah.
That was such a good lead in. Yes, we are. Oh my gosh, we are down to just this episode and one more of the best
Yep.
season of Survivor of any country of any time. This is it, I say wholeheartedly.
It's been great. This has been a fun ride, fun journey. I've thoroughly enjoyed it.
Yeah.
I keep on getting worried that an episode's not going to be good, and then it just delivers, and I'm like, it's knocking ball out of the park. Any sports reference you want to throw in there, it's
Exactly.
definitely doing its thing.
All right, but first, if you are new to this channel, please click subscribe and give this video a thumbs up. Chantele and I, let's get into it. If there was an episode that I thought was the worst, it would be this one because it was just so straightforward and we lost someone that I adore, but it had to happen, I guess.
It had to happen. I am surprised, though, that more considering other options didn't happen. Now, I understand for sure, like, if there's any word that there's any talks about other things, that it might spook other people, and then you won't know for sure what they're doing, and it might create a lot more paranoia. So I get not wanting to do any extra strategizing, but I would have liked to see Shonee just try a little bit harder and, like, just wiggle in there a little bit more.
I know. Well, I wish that we had seen that earlier and we just weren't seeing her in the edit. Even though I don't doubt she was trying things. I know she's a good player. It was fun to see her working, the little that she did in this episode. But then I was like, oh, this is unfortunate because this is probably going to be it for her. Although I have to say, in the early part of the episode, they did a great flashback of Micronesia with like Parv and Suri like being like, can you believe we're here? Let's do redemption. And I was like, this isn't their swan song, is it? Is like one of them going? And I like got concerned.
Well, I didn't actually have that inkling. When I saw it, I was like, oh my god, are they gonna sit final two again? Like, and like that didn't get to happen the last time. It was a final three and final two and she got knocked out. But like, I was like wondering if this was a foreshadowing of what's to come, and that they were gonna get a chance to rewrite history, since has been like the theme that Parvati has been saying, that she was robbed from a victory in the past, you know what I mean? And so I do feel right now it feels like Suri and Parvati will be first and second, and I think it also seems like Parvati's going to win. That's what it looks like to me at this point, and then Suri coming in second, and probably out fourth is Luke, or Janine, depends on who wins immunity.
Yeah, I mean, I agree with you. I can't believe that, though. We had a comment from someone who's not loving the season because they feel like it was clear from the start that Parvati was going to win. And I was like, I wish I had that confidence that Parvati was going to win this whole time. I just, 2 episodes ago, was like, oh, wait, Parvati actually might win this.
Well, I thought before the season started, and after I'd watched Deal or No Deal Island and just saw how well, Parvati and David were working together, and knowing that they were both on this season, I was thinking that he was going to be the one that was going to help her get that win. So before the season started, that's what I was thinking, that he was on there to help her win. And we know how the season has gone so far, so like he had absolutely nothing to do with her success in this game. And so I didn't necessarily think that after episode 1. You know what I mean?
Yeah. No, the fact that they took out such big threats from the get-go, I keep thinking Parvati's the next. But now we're past that. Like, she's so cemented in that all she really has to do is win this next immunity challenge.
Or it might be 2 of them.
Yes.
Depends, yeah.
But I think when she gets past 4, she's probably pretty good to go. But yeah, if she wins the next 2, yeah, I think you're right now. At first, I thought it was a swan song between Suri and Parv. I was like, oh no, one of them's going. But now I'm like, oh, final 2, here we go.
I mean, that would be such a beautiful little full circle moment. 17 years in the making. Oh.
Yeah. But let's give Shonee her due because she is a legend and I wanted so much more from her. And I'm real sad that she's out. I'm sad that it wasn't like a Parvati Shonee show here at the end.
She was hoping for it and she was
Yeah.
trying for it. I think though she like you said, she wasn't active enough beforehand, like really
Yeah.
cementing in. She was very much playing the anyone but me kind of situation. She was willing to vote for anybody, but she wasn't really pushing the needle in any particular direction, and she wasn't cementing voting blocks or alliances that would allow her to, be able to stick with her at this point. So yeah, she would have had to been doing work from like 6 episodes ago to really get in with Sari and Parvati, and she just wasn't playing that game this time.
And I do think she planted some good seeds. I think that she did make Sari and Parv think about going against Janine. Unfortunately, then they were like, I do want to sit next to Janine. I was like, wait, what? Why? Why do you think they want to sit next to her?
I think that they can always just say that she was in Luke's shadow, I guess. But I do think that Janine can speak very well, and the fact that she could say the whole line about Sari and like how she got Sari to turn on some, like, she has some actually points that she can make that will probably sway her Aussie people. So they better be careful.
Yeah, I don't know that Parvati and Sari see that yet, right? Like those are sort of in the shadows moves that Janine has made. I feel like Shonee has less to say this season. I mean, Shonee could like talk about being scrappy and having, losing this person and working to survive. But Janine, I think, does have a little bit more to sell. So I'm concerned about, especially, her being an Aussie. I think they get a leg up. That's my concern.
And I do think, though, the reason why they didn't turn on either of them is because of their influence on the jury with any other Australians, right? So I think they had to really all stick with loyalty at that point, or they could just be like, well, they took us out in the end, like I'm not voting for them. And that could be all the world people that not voting for them. And what do they need 4? Like, that's not that many people that they need for the win. And that would be potentially 3 world people that would be voting against you just because, you know what I mean? So yeah, I think that's why they all had to stay in the end.
Okay, so we do see Shonee doing a little bit of work. We see the Type 4 trying to continue to like, we're good, right? We're going to go to this immunity, and man, Shonee was right behind Luke. And I gotta say, for a minute there, I thought Shonee was a wind witch. She was like, please fall. And then it fell. And then she was like to her, she was like, stay. And then it stayed. And I was like, oh my God, she controls the wind. I love her.
Now, I have to say I'm a little bit annoyed that the last 3 immunity challenges really favored a man. Because, like, the only, like, men, like, it's just frustrating.
I don't think this one favors a man.
Well, in the sense that, like, the throwing the monkey paw, like, that it's a little bit more.
One.
It's a further distance. The balance beam, I would say, is better for women. They have a lower center of gravity, so the balance beam, yes, fine, and even the other parts, fine. The balancing, fine. That's equal. But the throwing the monkey paw, that's where Shonee had her biggest hurdle, and it's just easier for guys to do that. They have height, they have a longer arms, generally speaking, and they play sports like that usually more than most women do. So I just think that part of it wasn't really in favor. And then even the other ones, they're going to have a little bit more stamina going up and down those stairs the last episode. Like, they can do stairs 2 at a time because they have longer legs. And so, yeah, the last few, like, how many of it's been? And then before that, it was Luke again. And then before that was Tommy.
I don't know that this is for men, though.
Which one?
This is the one Tommy won, with the rope.
That one, but I do think, though, forearms and arm strength. Like,
that Luke won that, sorry. Tommy won a balance beam. That's not for men, that's for women.
Which one did he win? Is that the one with the rope, though?
No.
But he had to run back and forth, though, with the bucket. That's stamina. like being able to get back quickly to fill up that bucket. That's definitely something that's someone with longer legs, and men have a little bit more stamina in that way than women do. So anyways, it just seems as though they had a slight edge in all of the last, I guess, 5 immunities.
Yeah, no, we need just holding yourself up on something, or holding a thing above you or something like that. That is Parvati all day. And we've seen Luke and his giving birth to those types of
that challenge was a little bit more for the women when they're having the block up with their feet. That was a little bit more favored for the women, but
yeah, for sure.
I would say the majority of men had a slight edge.
Yeah, so bummer for Shonee because she was so close and she certainly needed this. But Luke is going to pull it out and win immunity here. Do you remember when Luke got a little scroll at the auction and he sent Parvati back and she didn't even get to sit through the auction? Do you remember that?
I do.
Oh, why are they best friends now? What happened in between these two events?
What happened? I think he's enamored by playing with somebody that's so powerful and such a good player. I think that he's shimmered. I think that he wants to be in her aura.
Why was he scared at first then?
Well, you're scared at seeing something seeing God or a king. Their aura is so strong that you're scared of them at first, and now that you just want to be in their aura, I guess. What, do you have a real reason?
No, we talked about it yesterday of how all of a sudden this Type 4 happened, and then last night I was like, wait, Luke sent her back from the auction. We started from here and now we're here. It's just such a wide range. But, this game changes every day. So I get it. Things change.
Yeah, and I think it's kind of keep your enemies closer as well. A little bit of that.
Yeah. Hi, Donna. There is a website called SH Videos.
I'll put actually what I just watched it on too. Hold on.
Because YouTube is taking them down. So there's a couple other places.
I did watch mine on YouTube, but 2 hours ago. So
yeah.
We'll see if that one's still here. Let me find that too.
So yeah, we'll get you another place. All right, so that takes us to the tribal, where Parvati is a little nervous that Luke has an idol, and she ripped up that stupid thing. So she can't take it from him. He's immune. And, yep, there's another good one. Thank you, Abby.
How come this is a new thing that I can't just join this chat easily? What's going on here? Connect your account to YouTube Live? Okay.
Oh.
Weird.
Oh, boy.
Okay, sorry, continue talking. We get to tribal.
We're at tribal. The only real concern is, they've got this wild card an idol. So is Luke gonna play it on Shonee? And I'm like, doesn't seem like that's important to him to play with Shonee. What would that do for his game? And if he blindsided his number one Janine, why?
Yeah, can you help me actually understand why he didn't tell Janine about it? Because Sari was also questioning, why is he telling you about the fact that he has an idol and not telling Janine? And I have to agree. I still, even after Tribal happened, I don't understand why he told, what were the antics here that he couldn't have been honest with Janine about?
The only thing I can think of is that he just wasn't 100% sure what he was going to do, and he just didn't want anyone to have the information to work against him. I don't know. It is a big move to take your necklace off and put it on somebody else and then play an idol on yourself. It does look good to the jury, but having Janine not aware of it doesn't really help you.
Right?
So I'm not sure why he thought he needed to keep it a secret, although it is always safer when it's a secret.
Why tell Parvati? You're up.
Well, yeah, I mean, he risked that because he wanted her to rip up her thing. And then he plays it off like, I didn't really have an idol. And she's like, oh, you tricked me, which is smart. I would have done that too, probably. I'd been like, no, I don't have an idol.
Which is fine to be lying about the idol, but like if you also want her to trust you and work with you, to say like, hey, I was lying to get you to do something,
right,
like
that's
that
dangerous.
I was thinking that, ooh, maybe that will make her distrust him, and then just Suri and Shonee will vote out Janine just like that. So maybe that's why at the tribal he gave Janine the necklace, so that like if there was any distrust that was garnered there, like they have no other choice really but to vote out Shonee.
Yeah.
Yes.
And then, but apparently he was thinking about playing the idol on Shonee for a second. Like it took him forever to vote. I was like, Luke, what are you thinking? I'm not sure Luke thinks straight and clearly at all times.
Well, I think he was thinking of having 3v1 Australia versus the world in the final four.
Which I don't think is a bad idea. Like, again, this tight four all of a sudden, I don't know. I think 3-1 is really good for the Aussies. But then again, be the only Aussie with Americans, maybe you get all the Aussie votes. I don't know. I see both sides.
100%. I can see both sides as well there. And then with the idol play, that was also a weird one. Do you think that, that Parvati was maybe going to play it for Suri? Because I was like, just play it for Suri. He's safe.
No, but then I was like, oh my God. Playing it for Suri. I think that's all talk. There's no way she was going to not protect herself. But she was hoping that he's not playing it for Shonee, right? So that's why she's like, you say it, you say it, you say it. That was so silly.
And then they switch their idols and like you're playing it for each other. Like, oh, how does that change anything?
Oh my God. They're such a mess.
Well, I guess actually if you have the other person's idol and you play it for... No, you can still play it for Shonee. So
yeah, he can still be like, I'll take your idol and I will play it for Shonee. Like he could have done anything. And so but like they were trying to say like, okay, I'll play this for you if you play it. Like, I was like, I don't trust anything that's happening right now. Y'all are a mess. But it was silly that they were giggling. That was pretty fun. But no antics actually happen, even though everyone is paranoid. Everyone is going to vote Shonee out, and the poor girl didn't even say anything in the tribal. And that's not phrased correctly because we know she talked. Mm-hmm. They make everybody talk. Mm-hmm. They didn't put her in the edit. And I was like, if this is a US version, the person going out gets a nice little speech in the edit, and then that's my tell that person just got voted out. But I was like, I heard more from Suri than I heard from Shonee. Oh no, is it going to be Suri? Yeah.
They tricked ya.
Yeah, they did. I was like, it's not the US version, it's Australia. They didn't let Shonee in the edit. That's such a shame.
Yeah, I don't know what happened with Shawnee's edit this entire season. She had to have been doing more than what was televised.
Yeah.
It must be because she doesn't get to the final four, that they just didn't feel like her part of the story was that important. I think the dynamic between these four people was just more important to telegraph in these 10 episodes. So, or 9 up until now.
Yeah, that's the unfortunate thing is, like, if you're not making it to the end or have a big part of the end game, your edit does sort of fall on the cutting room floor. But yeah, it's a bummer that I also wonder if she was just a little low energy this season because she just gave birth, and I hear giving birth does a number on your body and your mental capacity, so she might just not have been herself this go round.
Definitely. And she said, and like, remember I was saying that she never had like a number one or a number 2, like however you want to phrase it. And she was saying that she wanted to play this season differently. I don't think it served her well. You know, like I think we get the best version of Shonee when she has somebody to conspire with and like kind of giggle and cackle and like make plans with and have someone that she trusts. I do think that we get the best version of her. So if she plays again, which would be a 5th time, hopefully she gets submerged for a 5th time.
One needs to make it to the end game.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, I mean, maybe it's next time, but she could take now what she learned from this season and realize like, hey, I do need a number 1 to, you know, get further in the game and get in the edit.
Right. I'm trying to find the comment from earlier because it was such a good one. What's up with Shonee predicting that Jonathan was going to get his job?
Right? Yeah, she said she was like, "Oh, I'm coming. I don't know if I'm coming back on the beach again, but I'm coming for your job, Jonathan."
Yes. I was like, oh.
Maybe there's always something that was rumbling.
Yeah, something in the air that she was very aware of.
Maybe she was being offered something, or like maybe, you know what I mean? Like maybe a few people have been like, "Would you ever be interested in hosting?" You know?
Yeah. Oh my gosh, right? Oh. So wild that she said that and they kept it in the edit.
What are they doing? I don't understand. I feel like he is such a star.
Were people like complaining? They were like, I could do his job. Oh, Jonathan. Like, it doesn't seem like they have bad vibes, right?
No. Wait, someone told me what the answer
is.
Is
Shonee retired? Did that happen? I mean, I wouldn't blame her if she retired. She's played a lot, but we all still want.
Everybody that says they're retired, they're never retired. There's always a season that can get them to come out of bed.
That's right.
Get off the couch. Yeah. And it would be another short season like this, I'm sure.
Right. I mean, that's what got Parvati. She'll never play U.S. again. But
well, U.S. is not really that long.
It's not. But apparently it's different. Speaking of Parvati and Suri, we've talked about, especially like the last episode or two, where their gut is so good and they're so in tune. Suri is a Cancer. Mm-hmm. I don't know much about her chart. I know she's a Cancer Sun, Capricorn Moon. But Cancers are extremely intuitive. And Parvati is a Scorpio moon. She's a Virgo.
Well, Virgos, this one psychic that I listened to, her name is Sloan Bella. She does a lot of astrology readings and psychic readings around deceased celebrities. And one thing that she says that always sticks with me is that we give a lot of credit towards water signs being the most psychic, and usually maybe Pisces being very psychic. But she says that Virgos are actually the most psychic sign because they're able to bring it into the tangible. They're able to bring like it into the material world. I don't fully understand how that translates, you know what I mean? But like that's something that always has stuck to me. And Parvati is a Virgo, and so I wonder if her ability to connect with the intangible and making it tangible is like kind of her superpower. And then intuition coming in there with Suri, you know, being able to use her emotions, intuition to understand how things are feeling. Yeah, I think they both have some superpowers there.
I mean, the reality is everybody is intuitive and psychic. It's not a special gift. Everybody has it. But if you have water energy in your chart, it is just coming more naturally to you. You naturally trust your gut. Virgo, that's an interesting take. I mean, ruled by Mercury, so you are getting information.
And like, it being the opposite of Pisces, right? So Pisces is a very psychic sign as well, obviously water sign. And so I just always found it interesting that she was thinking that it brings it into the tangible and is actually the most psychic.
Yeah, well, a Virgo Scorpio moon would absolutely, right? If you get intuitive from your Scorpio moon and then, you know, put it into order like a Virgo is going to. I just think it's so fun to see, like, these two ladies clearly have learned, hey, I can trust my gut. I can listen to my intuition. Again, everyone can do that, but not everyone knows to trust it, right? Trusting it is hard.
And you know what? It also has to do with coming on many times. Like, I haven't played the real thing, but I've played many online versions of Survivor, Big Brother. I've played live versions of both as well. And you can tell when something's going on. It is very clear when you're like, ooh, vibes off. I feel like it's like, and the first time around, you might not recognize it or want to believe it, or you push that aside. But being able to trust it because you've had the experience now to be like, oh, my gut felt like this when this was feeling like this, and this is what happened, and then it happens again, and you're able to maybe judge it a little bit better. So I do think that them having a lot of experience on the show is also helpful for them to be able to accurately use their gut and their intuition.
Yeah, absolutely. And you are very in tune with your intuition. But it's the same thing with real life, right? Like, you maybe don't listen to it one time and then you're like, aha, now, oh, I should have trusted that. Or you do trust it and it comes together. But we definitely learn as we go of like, oops, should have listened. So since they've done the game multiple times, they're like, aha, that's what it looks like in the world of Survivor. But I just wanted to bring that up because, I love to talk about it.
100%. I was like, I don't know what Luke is or Janine. No. We know that Shawnee's a Taurus.
Yeah. I don't know Shawnee's moon, and I don't know the Luke's birthday or Janine's. Luke's got a lot of air energy though, for sure.
You think?
Oh my gosh, yeah.
No, not Mars.
I mean, he might have some Mars, but I feel a lot more air. The way that he just kind of runs around frantic gives air. But it could be his rising or his sun. Doesn't have
see if he has any information online. Oh, you got his sun. What do you think his sun is?
Is it Aquarius?
No.
It's Gemini?
Nope.
It's Libra?
Yeah.
Oh, my last guess.
But like he doesn't necessarily like conflict, so that kind of checks out a little bit, right? What?
Yeah, you're right. He does avoid conflict, and he has definitely loved having a number one. That is very Libra. Mm-hmm. Janine's a Scorpio. Dang.
Tony Fifth? What do you mean? No, she's a Sag.
Oh, yeah, she's a Sag. I got excited. I should be very excited. She's a Sag.
Yeah, I think that's why Ellen posted that up there for you. I'm like, am I reading this wrong?
Yeah.
Like,
I got a stuffy head.
But that's also why they got along so well, I think. Is like, that's like a pretty best friend combo, right?
It is. Oh my God. Libra's and Sag. Yeah. Could be a hot mess, I tell you what. If she's a Sag, she's absolutely a rising Earth like I am. Like, there's no way she doesn't have Earth. She's so grounded. Mm-hmm. But yeah, leave a Sag and Libra to their own devices. That could be pure entertainment, though, for sure.
So what do we think is going to happen in this final, episode?
Well, the preview of the challenge that we got is right up Parvati's alley.
But
it was like holding like two maybe bungee type cords, and they were like leaning forward on them. That's exactly what she needs. Anything that she has to hold on to for hours, she's mm-hmm. going to do it. And Luke's going to give birth again.
Right.
And so I think that's going to help, at least for the first round. And I think if the ladies can, I think they're going to try to do a final 3 ladies. Yeah?
I'm down with that. But like maybe Luke will end up winning though, and like mess that all up, and then who leaves? Are they gonna go to rocks in the final 4? Like, say like.
Well, they go to fire. They go to fire.
At 4. Yeah. I hate the final 4 fire. I forget about that.
But I mean, it's not forced in Australia, but if it's 2v2, it will be. Yeah. Unless. Do you think Janine? I mean, I think Janine would have said no fire necessary. Let's take Luke out until he put that necklace on her neck.
He was like, "You're gonna let me at least have a chance for fire?" Like, okay.
She was like, "Oh shoot! Now I have to stick to that."
Which she will, because she will lose the game if she's sitting in the final. Yeah. If she doesn't do that, so
yeah, she loses his vote, probably some others. So yeah, I think it will be 2-2, which means we will go to fire with Luke and Janine, I guess, because
or
Parvati takes Suri.
because you think Parvati. So okay, so it's gonna be the same situation where like Parvati wins final 4 and gets to choose who goes with her to final 3, I guess.
I don't know. I'm assuming. How else does it work if it's a tie?
I don't remember.
I don't either.
I don't know if we had a tie here in Australia.
Yeah. Yeah. That's what I think. What do you think? Anything?
I am thinking that they wouldn't have kept that let me at least have the chance for fire and the whole necklace thing in if like, well, I mean, I guess it was kind of an important moment in the thing, but they definitely showed that, and I do think that he will get an opportunity to do fire. And I wonder if it'll be against Sari, depending on how the format is, because Sari needs a redemption in her fire making skills at this point, right?
I mean, does she need it? No, she better not go out on fire.
No, she just has to be at the end. Please. Please. But yeah, I think your situation sounds pretty sound.
I don't know. I'm just guessing. But yeah, once we get past, I mean, that's what it feels like for this 4, but after 4, like, I don't know. And again, like, no one has really said, like, it's fine, Aussies. Everyone feels like Parvati can win, but I'm still concerned about the Aussies voting for Aussies. I don't know.
So it's kind of, yeah.
But is everyone just assuming it's okay?
Well, Shonee might be a little bit bitter that, like, they didn't keep it Aussie strong to the end and being like, well, you didn't want to keep me. You didn't want to keep my vote. Like, I can see her definitely being a little bit spiteful there. That's helpful.
Yeah,
whether Aussies are there.
The Aussies never really played Aussie strong. Never. They never did. So maybe I'm making all this up in my head. Maybe they don't care to, like, have the title.
No, well, I think they want the title. Oh, just in general, like, collectively, everybody is just like, no matter what, we're going to make sure we keep it Australian.
That's what I'm wondering.
We haven't really gotten that many confessionals about that, except
they couldn't work together. They were always trying to not be Aussie strong. So maybe I'm being paranoid. I'm being a paranoid Parvati.
I think, though, it is something to be thinking about. I can understand them definitely wanting to be Australian strong. So.
Yeah. Do you think Shonee is a guaranteed vote for Parvati? Even though Parv didn't really work with her? I
think yes, because I think she's going to be bitter against the other two. And, like, her sign goes better with those girls, right? Like, Taurus and Virgo, and Taurus's best friend is Cancer, you know what I mean? Like, I think that she might just be inclined to want to vote for them.
Yeah. Huh. All right. We can't wait to see it. All right, everybody who joined us live, thank you so much. I love that you guys have joined us all season long. This is it. We've got one more episode on Sunday. Chantele and I will be back on Monday to recap that. We're going to try not to be spoiled.
Yeah, let's watch it at like 5 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah, that's going to be tough. But yeah, if you're joining us later, leave us a comment how you feel about losing Shonee. How do you feel this final 4 to 3 to 2 to 1 gonna go? Yeah, give us your input.
Yay! Yeah, so we're in hero. I'm like sad that it's over. But we do have a U.S. Survivor that's starting at the end of the month, so we'll get our Survivor fix. But it was just such a ride. Oh that God. I can't imagine it matching like the intensity that I felt this season, and that's a real shame. Yeah, they got big shoes to fill on their own show. It's crazy.
I mean, every episode or every season ever has big shoes to fill. I mean, Survivor 50, I can't even imagine comes close to this. Like, this was the best Survivor gameplay I've ever seen, probably. It was so fun.
I still think that George, like, I know you're anti-George, was still a little bit, like, that season was crazier. Heroes versus Villain. But
I loved that season.
And, like, Haley's season was also, like, a wild ride. But just in general, though, I do think that the gameplay, that the Australian format, it just makes it so dynamic with people that are willing to play and play hard. Like there's something different about the Australian game itself. So yeah,
Yeah.
USA has big shoes to fill, and I can't imagine them becoming close. It's sad.
Yeah. Good question. David is watching it. I haven't gotten his thoughts. I don't know if he's caught up or not, but he and I are about to go live in a couple hours. We're going to talk about the Amazing Race cast, the Big Brother cast. So we'll get his thoughts on this season as well. If I can stay awake, we'll be back. We'll be back with David. All right. Thank you, Chantele.
Thanks
See you next
for having
week.
me.